What?
Our great victory is ours!
The party did not last long, as Napoleon and Snowball were eager to start governing.
Hail the creature Yes, Snowball. I want you to write down our manifesto. Anything that goes by 2 legs is bad. Anything that goes by flipper or wing is good.
So that's the name of the show, 2 Legs Bad.
Shall imbibe alcohol. No creature shall wear clothes. No creature shall kill another creature. And all creatures are created equal.
Just before the revolution, Jessie, the killer whale, had a litter of babies. Napoleon remembered this and offered to take it upon herself to raise the pups up.
That would be a great honor, but one they do not deserve. Let them stay with me. I will raise them up.
My pretty little lovely, these progeny will serve our cause well.
Snowball and Napoleon took it upon themselves, as learned animals, to assume responsibility for leading the rehearsals, and had less inclination to join their colleagues in the pool.
I got this. What we're going to have to do now, my little fishies, is we're going to have to do some drills. So what we're going to start off with today are bobcat spins, okay? Bobcat spins, I said. Bobcat. Yes, okay, great.
The animals were, at first, the happiest they had ever been, working for their own benefit. But some of them noticed that they were working harder than before, and for longer hours.
They had a big Olympic thing with me, real nice.
Yeah.
One day, Snowball had an idea that she thought would help keep order at the aquarium.
Now, are we ready to do some more drills? Yes. Let's get back to work. Now let's do some spins. Bobcat spin. Bobcat spin.
Napoleon was immediately jealous of Snowball's ingenuity. However, she was able to mull over and alter the idea so that she was able to convince herself it was her idea all along.
Party Express! Party Express!
I've been waiting for like 10 minutes. Thank you. Well, let's just get that on in a nice orderly fashion. I am going to tip you. Watch out for Louise.
Isn't that a t-shirt?
What?
I thought the command said no sea creatures should wear clothing.
No, darling, to the survey says that most animals should not wear clothing. She's merely wearing that to keep her warm because we're out of the water.
I'm so cold. Well, excuse me, two-legged thing. Pardon me. Well, now that you went and said that, I think we're going to do some more drills, don't you think?
Yeah.
You ever seen one of these? We use them all the time. It's called a hula hoop. Get to work, hula babies.
No, nose to nose is ridiculous. We must do this fin to fin. Much better, much better.
The sea lions went on, dreaming and scheming new ways to make the show profitable, since they did hope to become rich and live lives of sloth. One day, Snowball came to Napoleon, bursting with excitement.
All right, I'm just going to tell everyone, okay? So I had this great idea. It's something called a sky show, a sky show, a sky show. What's a sky?
Sounds fancy.
Now, let me tell you what this sky show is. They are choreographed movements so that humans can take selfies within the movements. See?
sacrifice for all. Attack!
Oh, you put it in the wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
My little maiden, my sister, a traitor. She was about to turn us all over to the humans for Instagram and Facebook purposes and her own profit.
I didn't see these signs.
At first, the animals were confused by Napoleon's explanation. They never thought that any one of them could be a traitor. But Napoleon was soon able to convince them that Snowball had deceived them, and that they should be grateful that she had taken such decisive action. When one of the clownfish suggested that such an action was contrary to the commandments of creaturism, Napoleon pointed out that the commandment now read,
No creature shall kill another creature without.
Before the animals could reflect too much on the situation, Napoleon announced that she had something to share with them.
And now, starting today, we are about to start a new project, and I call it the Clown Show. We will be taking all the tricks to the air. What a lovely advertising possibility for Instagram and Facebook. Just think of the revenue.
This puzzled some of the animals, since the idea sounded similar to one Snowball had recently proposed. But Napoleon had an explanation for this as well.
I think him does this.
I love it. It was my idea all along. Snowball stole my
Alright,
idea.
somebody
For
else.
her
Think
own,
it's
for her own purpose and prestige. She was a traitor to us all. Now that we've rid ourselves of the traitor, it is time to start training.
Napoleon set a grueling practice schedule for the Sea Sky Show, determined that the animals would get it off the ground within a few months.
Yes, we will. We can do this. We can. We can. Fins up, my lovelies. Fins up. Woo!
One out.
I hope it's for the skit.
Huh?
So I hope it's for the skit.
Yeah.
My sweet, sweet boxer! Oh, dear, you're hurt! Oh, my dear boxer! I think that it may be time for your final rest. I mean retirement.
I'll work harder.
No, my darling, you've worked hard enough. We should all congratulate Boxer on her work and wish her a well-deserved rest.
Vandecamp's excellent fair weather home was short on money that year, but they had a side business in moonshining going. Unfortunately, the moonshine wasn't very good and had not been selling to humans very well. Mr. Vanderkamp had the brilliant idea to try to settle his debt with Napoleon with hooch.
Hey there, Napoleon. I'm Vanderkamp. How you doing? Now looky here, Napoleon. I'm a little short of cash. I know we had like a deal.
I've heard this before.
Yeah, you're gonna like this one, honey. I can trade you instead this here thing called fire water. You heard? Now this is gonna make you feel like a million clams.
Excuse me, sir, but what would a sea lion do with such a product?
You drink it. It makes you feel good. Come on.
A million clams, you say?
Million clams.
Well, I could try it purely on an experimental basis.
Yeah, and that's the deal, honey. Put your fin up. I'm gonna take me away some fishing.
That night, when she was back in her pen alone, Napoleon decided to try the moonshine. At first, she thought she had been tricked because the liquid burned like fire. But, diligent as she was to carry out her experiment, she carried on drinking a measured amount every 20 minutes until she was quite jolly, figuring that the more she drank, the jollier she would become. Napoleon awoke the next morning feeling close to death. At rehearsal, she pushed the animals very hard because she was in such a foul mood. She cursed the deal she had made. But on the morning of the following day, Napoleon miraculously awoke without symptoms. Realizing that moonshine would not lead to death, but only to temporary paralysis, she became overjoyed that such a beautiful experience could be hers. and months went by, with Napoleon drinking every night. One day, Benjamin, the starfish, made the mistake of asking about the funny way that Napoleon was acting, and mentioned that her breath had the same funny smell that humans did on occasion. Napoleon took Benjamin to a far-off training pool, and he was never seen again. With the new show set to debut in a few weeks, Napoleon realized that she had run out of moonshine. Deciding that she needed the money now, she put a message out on Finbook that announced that the new show was starting that very night.
Tonight, my pretties, we are going to debut our hard work.
What?
Yes,
Ready? I'm not ready.
we're not stalling. We're ready. The show must go on. Ladies and gentlemen and children of all ages, welcome to Napoleon's
I think that's why it's wrapped in the green.
Sky Spectacular. Tonight we have an array of talent. And Benjamin, no, Benjamin. Let me show you our revolutionary thingamajig, the
Thingamajig.
Sea Sky Show. Ladies and gentlemen, another one of our seahorses is taken ill. But just a moment, please. We'll be right back.
Oh, I think she's dead. Oh, she's dead. Oh,
Belly up.
Belly up. Belly up.
I don't think we have a big enough toilet.
Move out. Move out. It's your time to shine. Where are you, Bluebell? Get out there! What this pains me to do this to oversee you creatures? I merely do this as my duty as ringmaster.
After Clover's death, no animals questioned Napoleon's actions again. The memory of Boxer, of Clover, and of Benjamin lingered in their minds, as did a distant suspicion that Snowball may not have been the traitor she was made out to be. When they were confused, one of them would gather up the courage to ask Napoleon to read the commandment of creaturism to them, so as to remind them of the principles of creaturism. Yes, commandment, singular. Over time, Napoleon had streamlined the tenets into one simple statement. Nevertheless, the words of the commandment comforted the creatures as they drifted off to sleep at night, content in the knowledge that their revolution had succeeded, and life would go on just as it always had, that is to say, badly.